So we're just going to observe here this Surrey class so that I can talk to you about why you would choose to show. So there are many reasons to choose to show an alpaca. The first is that you want to see how your alpaca stacks up against the other alpacas in the country. So this is a great way. So everybody becomes a bit barn blind, meaning that you think that the alpacas that you have on your farm are obviously the best alpacas in the entire world. Sometimes that's the case, but many times that's not actually the case. There are flaws in every single alpaca. So whenever you come to the show, and you can see that one over there is being a little naughty, but the judge takes a look at the alpaca and judges them against the other alpacas that are at this show and determines the best qualities of every single alpaca that is here and places them. So obviously those that get judge's choice or the color championships are known to be good animals, okay? But even if you're not in the top 6, so you don't get a ribbon. So let's talk about that for a minute. So let's just say that there are 12 animals in a class. They only award ribbons to the first 6, and it's called getting the gate. Okay, so if you're in the 7th through the 12th place, then you get the gate. So you don't even get to come up and get a ribbon, and you don't get to hear an explanation about why you got that gate. I will say that that is probably a very big flaw within the show system. It is actually those people that are in the lower than the 7th through the 12th places that probably actually do need to hear what's wrong with their alpacas. I know that I have gotten the gate myself and have sometimes wondered what's wrong with this alpaca? What did you see that is so wrong with this alpaca that it didn't place in the top 6? Sometimes you're just left wondering. Sometimes you can talk to the judge after the show is completely and totally done, meaning not that class is done, but the entire show is done. And then you can ask the judge if they would be willing to tell you what they saw with that alpaca. They would most likely need to see the alpaca again, and so that they could remember what they had judged. But coming to a show is really good, so you can see what qualities you have, what qualities you don't have in your alpacas. It can also give you ideas for breeding. So a lot of times we go for outside breedings. At Eagle Eye Farm, we now have animals that are good enough that we can breed a lot of our own animals, our own females to our own males. But you do want to have some genetic diversity. So we always do at least a couple of outside breedings this year. Excuse me, this year I think we did about 7 outside breedings. And so you want to do some outside breedings because you want to make sure that you actually do have enough genetic diversity and don't box yourself in. So getting to know your alpacas, getting to know other alpacas which might be potentially good for breeding, those are huge reasons to come to the show. Another really important reason to come to show is the community. Okay, so these alpaca breeders are all watching each other, watching the show, talking to each other, getting ideas, talking about their animals, struggles that they've had with their animals, successes that they've had with their animals. The alpaca community is very small. So it's really important that you get to know other alpaca breeders. You have to be friendly, you have to be nice. In order to get help, everybody will have times in their life whenever they need help with their alpacas, and you need somebody to call. You need to phone a friend. Okay, so this is a great place. So those are some really great reasons of why to come to an alpaca show.